Hello guys, Planet 40k here. Now in this tutorial video I'm going to be showing you how to magnetize a Necron Monolith using the Magnet Baron's Monolith Magnetisation kit. That is a tongue twister. I'm also going to be showing you how to magnetize the flight stand, as you can see here. So not only the flight stand, all the weapons, I'm going to be showing you how to do all of that. So stay tuned for more. When you receive your Monolith Magnetization kit, what you're going to get in this kit is the 4 Ghost Flux arc weapons. You're also going to get the 4 Death Rays, and there's also 4 of these weapon balls that come with this kit. Now, as you can see from these weapon balls, there's a little peg, and when you attach the weapon to the weapon ball, and it will sit into this peg, and it's going to prevent it from actually turning and twisting. Also, you might have noticed that these weapons, as well as the weapon ball, are all pre-drilled. So the Magnet Baron has actually done all the hard work for you, so that means there'll be no drilling to do whatsoever. Now also in this kit, we're going to have the 12 magnet discs, which are 5mm by 3mm, and these are going to be slotted into the weapons as well as the weapon balls. Also, there's some extra magnets here that are optional for the flight stand. Okay, so step 1, you're going to need to go and purchase one of these Necron Monolith box sets from GW or your local gaming store. And you're going to get into the instructions, and you're going to turn to the page I've got on the screen here, and you're going to build your model as so. So it should look like this. And we're going to simply detour from the instructions and follow this tutorial. So we're going to put that aside for the moment and grab these magnet discs, the 5mm by 3mm magnet discs. Now I would also highly recommend purchasing these Magnetisers from the Magnet Baron. Of course, all magnets have a positive and a negative charge, and these are going to help you get the right side up with your magnets. I'd also recommend using the Magnet Baron's very own Super Gold Plus super glue, and I recommend this because it's going to be gluing on completely clear. Some super glues do leave a little bit of a mark, whereas this will be clear. Okay, for the next step, you're going to be taking one of these weapon balls, and we're going to be grabbing that blue Magnicator. Now, for this video tutorial, we're going to be using weapon balls for blue, and all the weapons will be going with the red Magnicator. It's very important we stick to this procedure, otherwise all the magnets will be the wrong way round. Okay, so grab one of those 5mm by 3mm magnet discs and put it on the end of the blue Magnicator. We're then going to grab our Super Gold Plus super glue, and we're going to put a tiny little bit on the end of this magnet. Not too much, we don't want it to flow over onto the Magnicator itself, only a little bit will do. And we're going to then thread it into the weapon ball. Once it's inside the weapon ball, just use your thumb to make sure it's all completely in. And any excess, you're not going to worry about it too much because it will glue on clear. We're going to complete this 4 times with all the weapon balls and then move on to the next stage. So once you've done that, you grab your 4 Ghost Flux arcs as well as your Death Rays, and we're going to do the exact same process again with the 5 by 3mm magnet discs. This time, however, we're going to be using the red Magnicator, not the blue. Red for weapons, blue for the magnet ball. You're again going to get your super glue, put a tiny little bit on the end of the magnet, and thread it into the hole as shown. Exactly in the same process as we did with the weapon balls. Make sure it's nice and tight, and we're going to be repeating this process for all 4 of the Ghost Flux arcs as well as the Death Rays. So once you've got the 8 weapons all magnetized up, all done, and you've also got the 4 weapon balls all done and everything's dried, you can just test the weapons to the magnet balls. And as you can see, you slot them in with the pegs, and they're not going to be spinning because of those little pegs that are holding in place. Always best to check that you've done all the weapons in the right way round, and if you've used the Magnicators, this won't be a problem. Right, on to the next step. We're going to take this page out of the instructions. We've already done the top part with the weapons, so we can actually skip over this section. It's already done. We move down to this part here, and we need to build the sides of the monolith. So I've already pre-built this to save time for the video. You're then going to need to cut out the side parts of the monolith because we're going to need to glue these on with the weapon balls inside them. So you grab your weapon ball and you stick it in the slot as shown, and you're going to simply glue the sides of the monolith together as you normally would. Do that for all 4 of the weapon balls, and then we'll move on. So I've got 2 sides of the monolith done now, and it's time to check my work. So as you can see here, every single weapon attachment I've got should go on either of the 4 weapon balls that we've got on the monolith sides. Doesn't matter what weapon you put, what weapon ball you put it on, it should stick, and that's all because of the Magnicators. So you now glue your monolith sides all to one piece, and as you can see, all the corners are nicely sticking out, ready to be putting the weapons into position, interchangeable with the Ghost Flux arcs or the Death Rays, whatever you're using for your particular game. They're going to go on whatever way around you do it. So that's part 1 of this tutorial all complete. Let's move on to the next part, which is magnetizing the monolith to the flight stand and to the monolith's base. So you're first going to grab this acrylic rod that comes with the magnetization kit, and you're also going to grab the two 12x2mm magnet discs that also comes with the kit. Also within this kit there's a large magnet alignment tool that you're going to be needing when magnetizing these 2 magnet discs, and again you're also going to need the 2 magnicators, the red and the blue. Now this time you're going to put the magnet in the alignment tool, grab the blue magnicator and put it underneath. Very important that we're using the blue here if you are following this tutorial. We're then going to grab our super glue again, our trusty super glue, and put a dollop of glue on the magnet disc. Not too much again, we do not want this overflowing onto the tool because the magnet will be getting stuck to the tool. That's not what we want at all. You grab the acrylic rod and stick it down, and this alignment tool is going to put it nicely centered onto the magnet disc, so there's going to be no overhanging whatsoever. Push firmly down and just let that dry for a bit, not too long though, in case you have left any excess. Again, you don't want it gluing to the tool. Grab a little safety pin. I use my little super glue pin that I have, poke it into the hole that's underneath the tool, and there you have it. You've got the acrylic rod and the magnet disc all glued together. On to the next step. We're going to be grabbing another one of these 12x2 magnet discs, and we want to be sticking it down onto the monolith's base. We need to make sure we get the right rod. We're going to be getting the red rod this time because the other magnet disc was used with the blue. So we want them to be the complete opposite so that they attract each other. So we're sticking it on the end of the red magnicator and put a little bit of glue on the magnet disc. And we're going to try and get this roughly in the center of the monolith's base. So we're going to let that set for a little while. And then once that's dry, that's not going anywhere, we can test that we've done our job. Blue goes to red, positive goes to negative. And even though the magnets aren't that large, the magnetic pull is fairly strong. So one will do it for the entire monolith. So we need to repeat this process for the other side of the acrylic rod. So I'm going to grab that magnet alignment tool again and also grab a 12x2mm disc, stick it in the tool and grab our blue rod. We're repeating the process. Put it underneath again, and again we're going to grab our super glue and put a tiny little bit onto this disc without gluing it onto the actual tool itself. Grab the other end of this rod now, not the end with the magnet on, because we've already done that side, the open-ended part, and we're going to stick that in the tool like we did already. Exact same process. Make sure it's all nice and straight within the alignment tool and let that set for a few minutes. Once it's done, poke it out again. Stick a magnet on the bottom of the monolith this time using the red magnicator tool because it's obviously the opposite. We need to attract it to the ones that we've done in blue. And once you've done that, this should simply sit on top of the rod that we've just created. Again, it's a very strong pull, even though it's only a small disc. One would definitely be enough. So that is your Necrons Monolith all magnetized and ready to go. What are you waiting for? Get yourself some of them magnets, and we're going to be doing more of these magnetizing videos in collaboration with the Magnet Baron.